Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live video streaming event of Table Rock Sports Productions. I am Boomer Marshall. I'll be on the call tonight alongside Caleb Franklin on the video. Welcome to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Tonight's matchup features the visiting Paisley Broncos taking on the home team, your St. Mary's Crusaders, here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Community Park. We're pleased to bring you this game on TableRockSports.net in partnership with St. Mary's High School and our participating community business partners. Be sure to download the new version of our free app. Watch all Table Rock Sports Network events on your phone, tablet, PC, or anywhere you connect for free. We also invite fans to check out all the features on our TableRockSports.net website, where you can find Southern Oregon's Sports Spotlight, Athlete of the Week, pick'em contests, and blogs from our broadcast teams. When we come back to our pregame show, we will highlight today's matchup, and we'll have some soccer coming your way shortly. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick word from our sponsors. Welcome back here, U.S. Cellular Community Park, the home field for the St. Mary's Crusaders, as they are taking the field now. And the Crusaders, in their first match of the year, kind of was a bittersweet tie. They got off to a quick start, went up 1-0. Then on about a 52-yard shot from Malone Bobek, kind of a dun-dun-dun play, something you might see on an ESPN Top 10 highlights. As Stuart Scott used to say, from way downtown, bang. It was deep, and they went up 2-0 and looked to be in control, but North Valley started mounting some offense late. Got a break when they hand went up when the ball was in the box, and got a PK and made it 2-1. And then on a kind of a broken play in an attacking situation, North Valley got the equalizer and tied it up 2-2, and that's how things finished. So St. Mary's going to get things started here with the kickoff, and they will control back into their own end as they try to mount an attack going forward. Folks, check out our scoreboard. There, our John L. Scott scoreboard there at the bottom of your screen. St. Mary's trying to mount something going forward. Playing against this Paisley Broncos club. 0-3 so far this year. Crusaders handled Paisley last year. And there is Milan Bobek in the midfield, kind of, as I like to describe, the straw that stirs the drink. And there he passes off to his brother, Roddick Bobek. That's going to be out, and St. Mary's will have their first corner kick of the day. So a set piece here early for the Crusaders as they come here to the near post. And that's going to go out off Crusaders player. So Paisley will, the Broncos will have a throw-in. It's number 12, Aiden Jones. Midfielder slash defender will throw it in there for the Broncos. Aiden Jones looks like, he's a football player out there, man. Like a middle linebacker, fullback kind of guy. I think I would like him throwing it in too. St. Mary's puts together a nice little passing combination out of their own end as they try to build going forward. St. Mary's swings it wide and that pass will sail out. And the Broncos will have another throw-in. Just underway here at U.S. Cellular Community Park. I am Boomer Marshall alongside Caleb Franklin. Kind of a cloudy day here, but so far no rain. But we are on a turf field. St. Mary's kind of with another miscue there. So everybody's just trying to get their footing, so to say. And there's a nice ball, and Paisley has a run out. Good hustle there by Noah Stillwell. As he was able to get back and negate that threat. Good defense there by Luke Binion as he stepped in front and didn't allow that Paisley group to mount an attack going forward. Nice play there from William Cranenberg as now he gets it to Sternenberg. Cranenberg to Sternenberg. Like that. You can make like a poem out of that. Sternenberg now from deep. It sails just a little wide. You got to like the aggressiveness, though, of Nathan Sternenberg. He's got a big leg. Him and Bobek, Cranenberg. Charlie in the back sometimes. He's got a big leg, too. But being up 2-0 like they were against North Valley, I'm sure that St. Mary's is eager to get back out on the field and get that winning taste back in their mouth. Here is Sternenberg with some room, and pass goes through. Binion plays it into the box, but keeper for the Broncos is there to handle that. It's tough to tell the difference between the official and the keeper for Paisley, so, maybe if the ball's down in the box, you keep the official out of there, obviously, but very similar outfits for the official and the keeper for Paisley. Here's Bobek in the midfield, kind of weaving through traffic, and he'll sell it out wide there for his brother. Brother will drop it back to Spencer Koppel. Sternenberg to Bobek, and Paisley does a good job of playing it out. So a throw in here for the Crusaders. Down in the corner there to Sternenberg. Sternenberg to Bobek. Bobek is down, hopefully okay. Looks like he might have lost his balance. Combination with maybe the wet turf. And that'll bring up what looks to be another corner here for the Crusaders. So an opportunity maybe to get on the board here with a set piece. And Milan Bobek is still hobbled, which Crusader fans can't be happy to see that. Hopefully he's okay. The senior captain. To Sternenberg. Sternenberg kind of dribbles through traffic. He'll drop it back to Koppel. Koppel to Sternenberg, back to Koppel. He'll drop it to Bobek. Bobek with a nice little deke there and plays it into the box, but nobody home, but a good ball there by Bobek. So he was looking to create offense with a nice pass. Everything but there, so. Cranenberg plays it off his chest and dribbles forward, looking to attack. Good idea there. Sternenberg looked to be running maybe to that left post instead of the right one, or near post, far post. But keep getting opportunities like that, and you have a feeling the Crusaders will break through here shortly. And there's a good ball by Sternenberg down to Bobek, who crosses, and Crusaders with an opportunity. Good save there by the keeper. Good cross there by Roddick Bobek. Crusaders just couldn't finish. That looked like a handball. And it was. You could see that all the way up here from the box. Swing it out wide to Bobek. Well, the younger Bobek. Roddick, just a freshman. Milan tries to play it into the box to Sternenberg. Paisley now will clear. Andrew Reitman will drop it back to the keeper, Hunter Holderman. Hunter had himself a well of a ball game last week in the opener against North Valley. Cranenberg now controls down the left side, dribbles through some traffic. Past another guy, tries to play it in the box. That looked like it ricocheted off of a Paisley defender, and it did. So a corner kick here for the Crusaders. Folks, we got some exciting clips coming up at halftime about everything that's going on at St. Mary's. That ball served up into the box. Good ball there by Sternenberg on the corner. But a good play by the keeper for these Broncos from Paisley, as he now clears with the big boot. St. Mary's tries to get something going back on offense. Now Cranenberg in the midfield, dribbles through one, sends a ball down the left side, and that will roll out. But got some exciting clips about what St. Mary's High School is doing and the new addition to their school, remodel. It's beautiful. I mean, great school, and your kids can get a top-notch education there. And they have some of the top athletic programs, some of the top exchange programs. Very prestigious high school here in Medford, Oregon. So be sure to check that out at halftime. This soccer team lost just in it's kind of a shocker, lost in that state semifinal game last year, and I'm sure have their eyes set on making another deep run this year. Okay, we got another corner kick coming up here. This time it'll be Milan Bobek. Bobek going to far post. Cranenberg with the attempt on the header to no avail, and Paisley will clear. I think we'll have a corner kick on the other side. So good ball by Bobek into the box. And Cranenberg reached, jumped, tried to stretch that neck out as far as he could, but couldn't get it. That ball comes in and near post, it bounces, and a good job by the keeper again. So St. Mary's has had a lot of opportunities here early, but unable to cash in so far. About 11 minutes into action here. Score 0-0. Koppel fighting for possession. Drops it back, Cranenberg. Drop it back to Reitman, sorry. Bobeck here on the right side will go to his little brother. That ball will go out for a St. Mary's throw-in. Bobeck to Cranenberg. Cranenberg, nice little dribble there, back to Bobeck. Bobeck with the left, and Cranenberg with the rebound. Paisley takes it away. Bobeck now takes it away again. Good effort there. By the midfielder there for the Broncos is on his back, was able to kind of sweep it forward to his teammate. Noah Stillwell will send it back to Hunter Holderman, and he'll swing it out wide here to Roddick Bobeck. Koppel now forward to Milan Bobeck to Roddick Bobeck to Sternenberg down the right side. And that will be off of Sternenberg, so a goal kick for the Broncos. About 13 minutes into the first half here. The ball pinballs. Bobeck comes up with it, dribbles through two. Out in the open field, plays it off to Cranenberg. Cranenberg now has it. Plays it to Sternenberg. Sternenberg out in front of him a little bit too far. Ball's loose in front of the net. St. Mary's has had opportunity after opportunity. Haven't been able to cash in yet. But you figure you keep giving yourselves those kind of opportunities, and flag is up. We have a foul against St. Mary's, so a free kick for this group from Paisley. They said 0-3 so far in the season. They lost to Klamath Union 7-4. Then they lost back-to-back games to Canyonville Academy 3-1 and 2-0. That ball's played into the box. Hunter Holderman is there. The save, and then he'll send it right back out as St. Mary's tries to mount some more offense going forward. Is that Coy Tran? I think it was. Sternenberg to Cranenberg. He'll flip it forward. Bobeck in front of the net. And to no avail. Bobeck steps in front of that one. St. Mary's a chance for some numbers. Bobeck from deep. And it sails just over the crossbar. Would have been good in football or rugby. It would have been good for 3 points. But he shows the strength in that leg off right there. And Sternenberg steps in front of that. Header goes back to Paisley. The ball kind of pinballs off of two. Cranenberg with a nice piece of footwork there, taking that ball away from the Paisley defender. That ball will be out off the Broncos, so St. Mary's will have a throw-in. this coming up Saturday, it'll be the Holy Bowl. St. Mary's will take on Cascade Christian. So be sure to tune in for that. That'll be an exciting matchup, as it always is. Cranenberg plays it outside for Coy Tran, and ball will drift out. Paisley now will have a throw-in, so about 18 minutes in here in the first half. No score, 0-0. St. Mary's has had possession for much of this first half. It's had shots on goal, numerous sets as far as corners. They're basically dominating the match in every facet except for the scoreboard right now. So Paisley doing a good job of hanging in there, and, bend but not break kind of mentality here for this Bronco club. I have a feeling all it would take is one for St. Mary's to, maybe uncork this thing. Cranenberg dribbles through traffic. He'll play it off to the older Bobek. Milan. Back to Cranenberg. Good footwork there by Cranenberg. Now with the left. Paisley does a nice job of not allowing him a lane. Now Sternenberg tries to weave through traffic and taken away by the Broncos, who now play a nice ball. Good through ball there by number 12, Aiden Jones, a senior midfield / defensive guru, kind of a stalwart on this group so far. He's been in a lot of action. There goes Jones again. It kind of goes off the outside of his foot. Broncos kind of have like a little swarming defense going on right now. Cranenberg now. Plays it across to Sternenberg. Sternenberg trying to get some separation to get the shot off, but unable to do so as there is a lot of Broncos jerseys there. And the Broncos will clear. 20 minutes in here in the first half, no score. Here at U.S. Cellular Community Park in Medford, Oregon. Luke Benyon now dribbling up from the back. Cranenberg back in possession. Dribbles around one. Drops it back to Luke Benyon. Luke plays it into the middle. Lots of Broncos there. And they're trying to clear now. Now it'll go off a Bronco player. So St. Mary's with the throw-in. Cranenberg to Bobek. Bobek to Spencer Koppel. Koppel back to Bobek to Sternenberg. Sternenberg makes a man miss. He's got some room. A nice cross to Bobek, but everything but just a really good idea there. Had a nice opportunity and couldn't cash it in. So St. Mary's, though, will have another corner kick as they try to get on the board here 22 minutes into this match. Sternenberg. Another great play by that Bronco keeper. like a good ball by Sternenberg. But St. Mary's back in possession. Bobeck to Bobeck. Back to, well, to a Broncos defender. Cranenberg fighting for it. And they didn't call the handball. Bobeck slides for it. Able to come up with it, but his hustle makes it kind of ricochet to his brother. Good defense there by the Broncos. If they didn't get their foot on that one, it would have been an advantage situation for this Crusaders team. Cranenberg weaves through a couple. Cranenberg plays it to Sternenberg. Sternenberg with the shot. That one sails just wide. There's not a lot of space down there once they get into that box area. The Broncos really have sagged their entire squad back and make it difficult to find lanes. They've done a nice job. Here's the corner. Cranenberg with the header off the goalpost on the football uprights, and that will be placed out in a free kick here for the Broncos of Paisley High School. Bobeck plays it to the younger Bobeck. Luke Benyon. Now Sternenberg. Sternenberg to Cranenberg. Cranenberg with the shot. And another great save by the Broncos keeper. St. Mary's with the ball. Sternenberg. And the Broncos come up with it. Have a chance for a little run out, but it goes out of bounds. St. Mary's School offers outstanding educational opportunities. Come find out for yourself at our open house, October 9th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. Tour the new facilities, talk with parents and students, and meet the teachers. Join us October 9th. And St. Mary's is going to get a goal when I did the live read. And that'll be Cranenberg. William Cranenberg from Sternenberg for the first goal here in this match. St. Mary's takes a 1-0 lead. All I need to do is a live read to get him a goal. As I was saying, St. Mary's School offers outstanding educational opportunities. Come find out for yourself at our open house, October 9th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. Tour the new facilities, talk with parents and students, meet the teachers. Join us October 9th at 816 Black Oak Drive, Medford, Oregon, 97504. Sternenberg with another opportunity there, and that one sails wide. But it just seems like once they could kind of get the lid off, 2, 3, 4, things might start rolling for the Crusaders. They've had so many opportunities here early. But sometimes it's the toughest one is to get that first one. And the Broncos have had a tough time really keeping possession of the ball and having the ability to tack on offense with any sort of possession. So feels like they're just trying to hold on, kind of holding on for dear life right now in this match. And that ball goes in, and that looked to be off of a Broncos player. And St. Mary's will have another corner. Take a look here at that replay. We're going to have to go quick. Oh, there comes the corner, so we're going to take it back live. And goes off of a Bobeck. They're going to have a goal kick. But here's that goal. So Milan Bobek was down the right side, sends a nice ball in. Sternenberg then with the quick touch, and Kranenberg with the header to net the first goal for the Crusaders. Back to live action. Almost 30 minutes through here, the first half. St. Mary's leading 1-0 on a William Kranenberg goal that was set up from Milan Bobek. Dribbled down this near side and sent a nice ball, and then Sternenberg had the nice touch. Kranenberg was there for the header. And St. Mary's with a 1-0 lead. Make sure to check out some of our St. Mary's spots at halftime. A tour of the new facility. The new some of the remodels that they've done. So it'll be good for you guys at home to check those things out. Now Sternenberg with the ball and an opportunity, but good defense there by the Broncos as they collapsed. Paisley tries to play it out. St. Mary's trying to attack going forward. Bobek now in the middle to Kranenberg. Kranenberg back to Bobek. The Broncos take it away as they try to mount something going forward, but that Crusaders defense, that back line, has done a really nice job. That one gets swung out wide there to Xavier Warfield. Warfield will drop it back to Cooper Hopkins. Hopkins tries to play it in, and Paisley will clear. About 10 minutes left here in the first half. Sternenberg plays it to Bobek. Bobek will swing it across the field, or across the pitch. Kranenberg jumps for it. Hopkins now has it. Plays it back, Kranenberg. Kranenberg plays it to Bobek. Bobek to Hopkins with a nice touch. Benyon. Noah Stillwell darts in there for it. Coy Tran tries to dribble through some traffic, and that'll be a goal kick for the Broncos. Bobek to Kranenberg. Kranenberg to Sternenberg. Sternenberg turns it over. Kranenberg gets it back to Bobek. Kranenberg now. Ooh, a nice little spin move there. Dribbles through two. Kranenberg to Hopkins. Hopkins with the shot, and that's in there for the second goal here for the Crusaders. So Kranenberg with the assist. Cooper Hopkins puts it in the back of the net, and the Crusaders take a 2-0 lead here in the first half. Let's take a look at that replay at home. That's the last goal, sorry. Kranenberg dribbling through traffic. Drops it to Hopkins, finds some space, and bang! The Crusaders take a 2-0 lead. We're back here to live action. About 8 minutes or so left to play here in the first half. Paisley trying to get something going forward, and Cooper Hopkins, just a freshman. So his first varsity goal here at St. Mary's. Got to feel pretty good for being the freshman out on the varsity field getting your first goal. Probably not going to be his last here for the Crusaders either. And there's Cooper playing defense. Bobeck will clear. Sternenberg hustling after it. Now Sternenberg will take possession here. He'll dribble around one, dribble around another. Attack going forward. And a nice pass back to Benyon. Plays through to Coy Tran. And good run there by Sternenberg, though. And nice, unselfish pass there from the junior. Kranenberg. Sternenberg will play back to Hunter Holderman, who hasn't seen much action today. So Sternenberg very unselfish, trying to get his keeper into the mix a little bit. And that gets by. Xavier Warfield now with the ball, trying to drop it to Hopkins, but it gets away, and the Broncos take possession. Hopkins hustling. I like this Cooper Hopkins kid, man. He's tough. Flies around. Kranenberg. Warfield to Kranenberg. Back to Koppel. Koppel to Rietman. Out off the Broncos. St. Mary's will throw it in. Warfield. And looks like the Crusaders are looking to get a couple subs into the game. Can we get those guys, Kay? I can't really see their numbers. 22. That's Freddie Hong. Number 6, Quinn Trivers. Bobeck. Then it goes off of a Broncos player. Throws into Kranenberg. Will with a nice cross. Sternenberg, nice touch, and then the shot sails a little wide. Good job to possess it off of his chest. Looked like he was going to have plenty of time and space to wind up, and just went off of his foot like he wasn't planning for. So probably not delighted with that effort, knowing watching Sternenberg the last couple of matches, but did a lot of things right. Kranenberg hustling. Sternenberg takes it away from the Bronco defender. Hustling. Ball is played out wide. Noah Stillwell to Benyon. Benyon back to Rietman. Over to Cooper Hopkins. Hopkins in the middle of the field. Drops it off to Kranenberg. Kranenberg. Some fancy footwork there. Bobeck now. Trying to split two defenders. Unable to do so. Now the ball will go back wide to Warfield. Warfield to Hopkins. Back to Warfield. Back to Hopkins. Hopkins trying to sneak through a couple defenders. Unable to do so. Paisley trying to get something going forward. Good hustle there by Bobek, and when he turns on those afterburners, he's got another gear that I don't know that a lot of other kids, at least out on this pitch, we'll call it, have. It's almost like he gets faster when he needs to. Warfield down into the corner. And Paisley will have a throw-in. Should just be a couple minutes left to play here in the first half. St. Mary's leading 2-0. Hopkins steps in front of that. The Broncos regain possession as they look to clear. Nice play there by the Broncos. Number 3, Mikai Frolic. Aiden Jones on the free kick here for the Broncos. Benyon will play it into the box into Holderman. Holderman kind of pops it up. Broncos now with an opportunity here. And a chance for a goal, and they're going to get it. The Paisley Broncos, and they're going to cut their deficit in half. See if we can't get a number there. Number 6. Elijah Jones, sophomore midfielder. And Paisley has cut this lead by the Crusaders now in half. And this with only about a minute left to go in the first half. Hopkins will kick it off. Bobek. Back to Hong. Hong to Warfield. Matthew Wyant now with the ball. Benyon fighting for it. That looked to be off of Benyon, and Paisley will have a throw-in. Milan Bobek, midfield, dribbles through a couple defenders, brings it out wide, trying to get his teammate on sides. Drop it back to Cooper Hopkins. He will go high. And good play there by the keeper from Paisley. Got to be close here to the end of the first half. St. Mary's with one more opportunity as Bobek tries to hustle through. Keeper comes out. And it looked like the keeper might have rolled up on Milan Bobek's ankle. Hopefully he's okay. An unfortunate kind of that Milan's chasing after the ball. And the keeper's trying to come out and make a play. Bobek's up, hobbled a little bit. He looks to be okay now. At first, everybody in attendance kind of collectively held their breath. But I think that's going to do it for the first half. So we are going to go to halftime. St. Mary's leading 2-1 here. Cranenberg with a goal off of a great touch from Nathan Sternenberg. And then Cooper Hopkins, the freshman, with his first ever varsity goal here for the Crusaders. For a great look from Will Cranenberg. So they take a 2-1 lead into halftime. We're going to take a break. We're going to have about a 5-minute video coming up on St. Mary's and the tour of the new campus. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. And make sure to check that out. 2-1 here, going to half.
Hi, welcome to St. Mary's School.
I'm Alea, a junior.
And I'm Corin, a senior.
And we wanted to give you a quick tour of our amazing school. Come on!
St. Mary's is on the cutting edge of education, developing dynamic thinkers and lifelong learners.
Our teachers are passionate, our facilities are high-tech, and the open environment encourages critical thinking.
Our robotics lab is better than that of most colleges.
In fact, we've competed on the global scale. We've been to the World Championships not once, but 4 times.
These robots are going to take over the world.
No, but St. Mary's will.
Albert Einstein once said, the only thing you absolutely need to know is the location of the library.
And ours covers 5,000 square feet, housing over 12,000 titles. We even have 767 books from our Confucius Classroom Hanban organization.
It's where our dynamic thinkers come to read, study, or just chill for a little while.
This is our middle school, where it all starts.
Let's go check it out. The 5th grade. I haven't been here since, well, the 5th grade.
Since St. Mary's has 5th through 12th grades, we recognize that it's important for the lower grades to have their own unique experience.
I miss the 5th grade.
Yeah, simpler times. What is the most important thing to any student, anytime, anywhere? Food.
And boy, do we have it. With a full restaurant-style kitchen, we aren't just serving PB&Js.
We have a bunch of healthy options, including vegetarian and gluten-free stuff.
We even have fries.
That's a breadstick. And what do we do on Friday nights?
We study.
No.
We go to the library.
Really?
We appreciate the patience of our wonderful teachers.
We'll be doing what millions of other students across the country will be doing. Football! We fly that blue and white every Friday night. Let's go Crusaders, let's go! Let's go Crusaders, let's go!
At St. Mary's, we're not just a bunch of brainiacs. We're the 7-time winners of the OSAA Oregonian Cup.
We compete in 19 different sports, including football, soccer, tennis, cross country, track and field, archery, and so much more.
I mean, we have an 8-lane all-weather track and 5 acres of athletic fields.
So yeah, we take our sports pretty seriously. This is our chapel, based on the architecture of the Galla Placidia in Ravenna, Italy.
And the 4 arms of this chapel are thematic and represent the 4 stages in growth and faith. I know stuff.
We like to think globally here at St. Mary's.
Not only do we travel to other countries,
we invite international students from all over the world to come stay and learn with us.
Our beautiful dorm is right here on campus and features spacious 2-person rooms, a full kitchen, a huge common area for watching TV, playing ping pong, or just hanging out with other international students. One of the best things about St. Mary's is that we only have about 500 students.
Which means that the student-to-teacher ratio is about 10-1.
It also means we have 500 awesome friends.
We approach scheduling a little differently here at St. Mary's.
That's because we use the mod system. It gives us over 300 courses to choose from.
And it gives us the flexibility to make up our own unique schedule. And the term only lasts 26 days, giving us a school year full of classes we want to take. So what does this all mean for you?
Well, we found just the guy to answer that. Our principal, Mr. Meyer.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Well, what this means for you guys is you have a school that really cares about where you're going and your future. We have 100% college acceptance rate. We've got extensive AP classes. And you guys have a faculty who really cares for you and really wants to see you do well with your lives.
So it's like a GPS, but for our futures.
Yes, it is, but kind of without the robot voice there, Corin.
St. Mary's School is more than just a campus, cafeteria, or classrooms.
St. Mary's is a home where you'll begin to find your true place in the world.
This is where your journey begins. And from here?
Well, that's up to you.
Welcome back here. 2-1 at the half. Quick recap of scoring in the first half. We're going to take a look at the replays. William Cranenberg got things going. You can see Bobek here with a nice run down the right sideline, nearest to us, and then a great ball on the cross. Sternenberg with the touch, Cranenberg with the finish, and that's just a great all-around play, going from defense to offense and getting things going there. We're going to take a look at now the second goal for the Crusaders, which was the first one by Cooper Hopkins. And here is that look at that second goal as St. Mary's had possession, then lost possession, then back to St. Mary's again. Cranenberg with a beautiful spin move, dribbles through, weaves through, then finds Hopkins, and Hopkins knew just what to do with it as he put it in the back of the net for the second goal. We will try to take a look at this goal here for Paisley. Is a dribbles through one defender, through two defenders with a ricochet, and able to put it away there was Elijah Jones versus Paisley Broncos group, and that cut the lead in half. So now 2-1 here, headed to the second half. Bring it back live. About to get things started off. We're going to take a quick 45-second break. Before we do so, we'll be right back after this quick. Come back to live action here. St. Mary's had a corner kick. Didn't get anything going, but Cooper Hopkins now down in the corner. Broncos take away. Hopkins steps back in front, plays the ball into the box. Cranenberg now passes it out. Nobody home there for the Crusaders. Bobek will have it. Give it to Cranenberg. Bobek back to Cranenberg. Cranenberg to Benyon. Paisley will sail it out. The Crusaders will have a throw-in. Benyon will drop it back to Reitman. Reitman will swing it over to Freddie Hong, and too strong of a pass, and that will go out. Now the Broncos with a throw-in. Bobek to Cooper, to Cranenberg, back to Freddie Hong, to Bobek, Bobeck will swing it out wide here. Benyon with a nice save there. Controlling the ball with that knee. We'll send it into the box. Nobody home there for the Crusaders as the Broncos try to clear it. That's going to be out off of Paisley, so St. Mary's will have another corner. Cooper Hopkins to play the corner in for the Crusaders. Cranenberg's looks control. Benyon with the shot. Good play there by the Broncos defense. It wasn't the keeper at that far post, but he stayed at home. Did a nice job of using his head to deny that goal opportunity from Benyon. Cranenberg from distance, and the keeper's hands have got to hurt. Cranenberg put a good boot on that one, but another good play by the keeper for this Paisley Broncos club. Paisley trying to get some offense going forward. Aiden Jones, nice job dribbling through traffic as he tries to lay it off to his teammate, unable to do so, and Broncos play it out. Cranenberg back to Stillwell. Stillwell to Benyon. Benyon to Cranenberg. Cranenberg to Malone Bobeck. Bobeck out wide to Warfield. Ricochets off Warfield's leg. The Broncos tried to clear. Reitman now to Warfield. Back to Bobeck. Reitman now bringing the ball up from his defensive position. Dribbling through defenders. Reitman to Hopkins. Reitman with the shot. Oh. Good action there from St. Mary's. Had an opportunity, but Freddie Hong back for the Crusaders. That'll be a goal kick for Hunter Holderman. And Cranenberg to Benyon. Benyon tried to cross it to Hopkins, unable to do so. Pops back to Benyon as he's moving forward. There's a collision, and it's going to go against Benyon, and the Broncos will have a free kick. Aiden Jones. Bobeck is hustling back, and he drops it to Holderman. Holderman plays it to Benyon. Benyon to Bobeck. To Cranenberg. Will Cranenberg to Cooper Hopkins. Back to Cranenberg. Trivers. Back to Bobeck. Bobeck to Cranenberg. Back to Bobeck. Slices through a couple defenders. Back to Trivers. Good play back there from Noah Stillwell. Xavier Warfield. Warfield to Bobeck. Bobeck surveys to Cranenberg. Back to Bobeck. Lots of room. He's going to play it out wide to Cooper Hopkins. Does a nice job of possessing the ball. Now he'll dribble left. And a nice little pass there to Cranenberg. And Broncos take it away, though. Bobeck pops that up in the air. Regains possession. Plays it out wide for Quinn Trivers. There's a ball back to Matthew Wyant, but not able to get much going there. Benyon now has it. Plays a little chip shot into the box, and Keeper says, "Give me that." I can use my hands. And that kind of goes off the side of his foot. Warfield hustling. Cranenberg plays it to Cooper Hopkins. Hopkins back to Cranenberg. Nobody was on Wyant there, so Cranenberg had an opportunity to get him a good look. Hopkins will swing it all the way. Well, Bobek kind of intercepts it. Benyon now. Benyon will dribble left. Try to go through a defender. Luke Benyon staying with it. That looked like a handball, but ends up in the keeper's hands anyway, so the official says, let's play on. Freddie Hong with a nice pass. Bobek will play it to Wyant, but the Broncos step in front. Cranenberg back at midfield. Fake here, dribble there, lots of space. Cranenberg plays it back to Benyon. Good sportsmanship there from the Broncos player. Aiden Jones with a little hesitation, and the Bobek now has it. Tries to play it out wide to Xavier Warfield. Warfield now. Drops it back to Freddie Hong. Hong to Cranenberg. Cranenberg back to Hong. Hong to Hopkins. Hopkins dribbles through two defenders. Crusaders stay with it now. Wyant back to Warfield. Warfield to Cranenberg. Cranenberg to Hopkins. Great ball by Hopkins. Cranenberg attacking. Ooh, and a good defensive play there by the Broncos. Freddie Hong. And now a run out here for this Paisley group. Mackay Frolic. Paisley unable to get anything going there as they had an opportunity, and that was Camden Frolic. As he drops it back. St. Mary's will play it out, and Paisley looks to be getting some confidence here. They've had some more possession in this half. Will Cranenberg plays it forward. Hopkins streaking, and you can see Hopkins after that goal, his confidence is building every moment he's out there on that pitch. That sails out wide to Warfield. Warfield now. Aiden Jones, who's had a nice match for this team from Paisley. Cooper Hopkins. Hopkins to cross, and good defense there by the Broncos. Cranenberg possesses with the head, and the one-timer is off the post. In football, American football, that's a doink. But good job possessing with the head. And then the one time, unfortunately, got a little bit under it. And free kick here for Paisley. About 13 minutes gone here in the second half. St. Mary is leading 2-1. Paisley looking for that equalizer. A match that's somewhat reminiscent to the tied match that St. Mary's had in their first match against North Valley, where they had possession most of the first half. They were up 2-0, and then North Valley got a goal on a penalty kick, and then kind of their confidence started growing, and then they got a lot more opportunities, and it kind of felt like St. Mary's was maybe, playing not to lose rather than playing to win, which some of you at home might think I'm crazy. What does that even mean? But there's a difference in playing to win, playing aggressive, than just playing on your heels not to lose. Bobeck plays it out here to Quinn Trivers. Binion plays it in. Hopkins steps in front. Cooper looking for number 2. Xavier Warfield loses possession. That'll be a whistle on the Crusaders, so a free kick for the Paisley Broncos. And there's a ball that Reitman plays out. Good ball, though, by Aiden Jones again. That's going to be out off a Crusaders player. So now Paisley with an opportunity for a corner kick. Looking for that equalizer. Aiden Jones looked like he was going to go place the ball in from the corner, but maybe they want to send it to him on some kind of set piece here from corner kick. Paisley still keeps 4 back on D. Aiden Jones running near post, looks to possess it, can't do so. And Xavier Warfield looking for a run-out situation here. And that pass might have got a little too far out in front of himself, and Paisley now will have a throw-in. Cranenberg passes to Cooper Hopkins. Hopkins tries to get it to Cranenberg. Cranenberg kind of takes it away from Paisley player. Xavier Warfield. Will Cranenberg passes to Bobeck. Bobeck looking for some space, and there's the shot, and that's a goal. Milan Bobeck. And just like that, St. Mary's will take a 3-1 advantage here in the second half. We're going to take a look at that replay right now. Give Milan Bobeck an inch, and he will take a mile. See the nice passing here from the Crusaders. Warfield drops it back. Quinn Trivers plays it back in. Cranenberg feeds Bobeck. Bobeck, little fake, move to his right, create some space, and bang. Crusaders take a 3-1 lead. Back to live action here. Cranenberg with another assist. So 2 assists for Cranenberg and a goal. Bobeck with a goal. Cooper Hopkins with a goal as well. Binion spins back around. Nice little move by Bobeck there. As he ran behind the defender. Bobeck fighting for it. Aiden Jones comes out of there with it, though. Camden Frolic. Aiden Jones tries to play it up to, I think, his brother, Elijah. Good play there by Noah Stillwell as Paisley had the good idea, but Cooper Hopkins dribbles through one. Ball goes out off of Noah. Friesen. Cooper Hopkins. Cranenberg possesses, and he'll pass to Luke Binion. Back to Cranenberg. Cranenberg to Bobeck. Bobeck to Sternenberg. Sternenberg dribbling through traffic, but ball gets taken away. Bobeck steps to his right, plays it into the box. Noah Friesen just misses as it just sails high. Good offense there, good ball by Bobeck. Folks, I want to remind you, St. Mary's School offers outstanding educational opportunities. Come find out for yourself at our open house, October 9th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. Tour the new facilities, talk with parents and students, meet the teachers. Join us October 9th at 816 Black Oak Drive, Medford, Oregon, 97504. And a throw in here for the Crusaders, Cranenberg. Back to Noah. Noah now dribbling up the near side. Paisley will play it out. So the Crusaders will have a throw-in opportunity here. Now we'll go back the other way as Paisley will have a throw-in now. Cooper Hopkins. Ball ricochets back to Bobeck. Bobeck says, I want to get my little brother involved. And that ball is played into the box. And it'll go through to Sternenberg. Sternenberg to Cranenberg. Back to Sternenberg. Cranenberg will come up with it. Takes a step to the right. And that shot sails just a little wide. It's a mouthful when you're saying Sternenberg to Cranenberg, Cranenberg to Sternenberg. I should start calling them like Nate and Will. On the roster, though, Nathan and William. So, Noah steps in front. And that's spinning weirdly. Binion hustles. He will throw it in to Will. Cranenberg. Back to Nate. Sternenberg. Looks like he wants to line one up, and that goes off a Broncos defender. Koppel to Bobek. Bobek on the cross. Sternenberg looking for room. Cranenberg will put it away. Have yourself a match. Will Cranenberg now has 2 goals and 2 assists in the match today. And the Crusaders take a 4-1 lead here, about 15 minutes, I believe, left to play here in the second half. Cooper Hopkins will drop it back to Luke Benyon. Benyon to Cranenberg. It's a nice ball by that Paisley Broncos group right here. They try to get something going offensively. And that will go out, and the Broncos will have a throw-in. Cranenberg coming forward. He'll swing it out wide to Bobek. Bobek back to Cooper Hopkins. Bobek to Noah Friesen. Benyon. Back to Charlie Reedy. Benyon will play it into Cranenberg. Cranenberg to Hopkins. Hopkins will make one more pass. That gets stepped in front of, and ball is turned over. Broncos, I think they have 1 sub, and they look absolutely gassed right now. Cooper Hopkins. Rietman to Koppel. Cranenberg to the younger Bobek. Bobek to Sternenberg. Ball's up for grabs in the middle of the field. Cranenberg kind of knifes his way in there, and Aiden Jones will clear for the Broncos. Sternenberg will go across to Hopkins. He'll drop it back to Cranenberg. Cranenberg will play it out wide for Noah. Noah's going to get there. He'll play it to Benyon. Benyon to Will. Will to Bobek. Back to Cranenberg, who does a nice touch. Oh, was looking for the hat trick, and beautiful play there. Just great imagination. Great job seeing the field and running to open spots. Great job switching. Bobek. Noah to Will, back to Noah. Play it off his left foot, across. And that'll bring up a corner here for the Crusaders. That ball is played into the box. There's the header by Milan Bobek that sails a little wide. Good idea there, though, from the Crusaders. Back to Noah. Noah with the left foot. St. Mary's will have a throw-in. Benyon to throw it in to Cooper Hopkins, who heads it back to Cranenberg. Back to Bobeck, who sends a nice little chip shot in there to Cranenberg. Cranenberg dribbles through one, then stops. Surveys. Passes it to Sternenberg. The Broncos now clear. Sternenberg hustling from distance. Good play there by the keeper for this Paisley group. The Paisley player is down. That Paisley player bleeding down. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more soccer action headed your way. Hello, welcome back. As Paisley player was carried off the field. Hopefully that boy is okay. Cranenberg, 1 goal away from the hat trick, has accounted for all 4 goals though. So he has 2 goals and 2 assists. And he's been outstanding today. Cranenberg. Back to Bobeck. And able to save the corner opportunity. See the Paisley coach on the sideline over there encouraging his guys to keep moving forward, keep playing. Cranenberg to Sternenberg. Sternenberg running after it. Paisley, it looks like they will play it out, so another throw in here for St. Mary's. Got to be about 6 minutes away from the match being wrapped up. At the conclusion of the game, we're going to have the St. Mary's Anthem Long. So I'm told that that will be something that is pretty cool. So make sure you check that out here. We'll do a little post-game show and maybe a little recap of the goals that were scored. We'll do that, and then we'll let you be on your way. Not that we're holding anybody here on TableRockSports.net against their will watching high school soccer. Cranenberg steps through, has some room. Great pass to Sternenberg, and a great play there by the keeper for that Paisley defense as he just got his fingertip on that ball. That was a great pass from Cranenberg. Sternenberg looked like he had the chance to finish it, and now a corner here for the Crusaders. Cooper Hopkins to play it in, and that's a good-looking corner. It's loose in front of the net, and good clear there by the Broncos as keeper was up extended. It squirted through his hands, and Bobeck to Sternenberg. Sternenberg looking to knife through about 18 Broncos, it seems like. Ball is played out. And another Paisley player is now down. And he's back up. I don't know how many players Paisley has left, so. Checking in for the Crusaders, that last check-in was Jackson Tran, as you can see him down here in the bottom of your screen maybe, 17. Number 8, Carter Brown, another freshman. Here comes Jackson Tran. He'll pass it to Cranenberg. Cranenberg looking for some room. Bobeck. Swing it back around to Benyon. Bobeck to Benyon. Bobeck with a great cross, and Bobeck looking for room. Cooper Hopkins. Hopkins! Oh, off the post. Hopkins was looking for that second goal. Don't just want one in you want two. Hopkins will play it back to Tran. Back to Hopkins. Makes a nice move. Ball's bouncing around in the box. Never a good thing if you're on D. Benyon with the right. Sails a little high and wide. Maybe just 2 minutes left here by my calculations. So Crusaders have a 4-1 advantage here in the second half. Sternenberg. Got to tip to your cap to the kids from Paisley. They have not laid down. They have not quit. They're out there playing hard. St. Mary's just seems like they have a lot more talent. As Bobeck from deep. And it is a corner. But these St. Mary's kids, and a great job, too, by head coach Issa Tia Tutu. That goes far post. Will Cranenberg was looking for that third goal. Cranenberg now looks to be down maybe with a cramp. Bobeck is stretching him out. I think I said this the last time. If, there's, Bobeck, his dad's a doctor. Sternenberg, his dad's a doctor. Holderman, his dad's a doctor. I think I'm missing more, too. Benyon's dad's a dentist, so if you get a tooth knocked out, this would be the team. There's probably quite a few team doctors. Two captains helping each other out. So 4-1 here. Shouldn't have much time left on the clock. Cranenberg will check out. I will bring in Coy Tran. Sternenberg. Benyon to Bobek to Sternenberg. Sternenberg with some room and just wide. We'll have one more substitution here for Paisley. Bobek to Hopkins. Bobek dribbling through defenders with the left. And another corner here for the Crusaders. Cooper Hopkins. Sternenberg. Back to Sternenberg. Sternenberg serves it into the box. Bobek to Hopkins, and the keeper gets it. Looked like Bobek was trying to pull the scissor kick. So Paisley will get a free kick here. That will sail wide. And the official's checking his watch. Sternenberg. And that will do it. Final, St. Mary's 4, Paisley 1. We're going to take a quick break and look at that, what we talked about a little bit in that St. Mary's Anthem Long. We'll be right back after this quick word from St. Mary's High School.
What is education? Is it desks in a line? Is it reading from a textbook? Or should it be something more?
Sorry, folks. We're going to take a look at that St. Mary's Anthem, but first I just wanted to recap today Will Cranenberg, 2 goals, 2 assists. A big St. Mary's 4-1 win, their first win of the season. Now they move to 1-0-1. Like I mentioned, the next game, or the next match that they have will be Saturday against Cascade Christian. I believe it'll be right here. So it'll be a big one. Crosstown rivalry matchup, the Holy Bowl. Milan Bobek scored. Cooper Hopkins got his first goal. And Cranenberg gets 2 of them. So big day for the Crusaders. We're going to go away, say thank you guys for joining us. And thanks for your time. Thanks for joining us here on TableRockSports.net. I'm Boomer Marshall alongside Caleb Franklin. We're going to send you out with the St. Mary's Anthem. So wanted to make one quick correction there. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for your time. Final score, St. Mary's 4, Paisley 1. Thanks for joining us here on TableRockSports.net.
What is education? Is it desks in a line? Is it reading from a textbook? Or should it be something more?
St. Mary's is a really special place, and it's hard to understand that unless you visit, unless you spend time here.
The kids here are just wonderful.
It makes teaching easy because they want to learn and they're very respectful.
They care about each other. They know how to collaborate and work together. They know how to figure out complex problems.
They respond to enthusiasm and they develop their own enthusiasm, which is something that I feed off as a teacher.
We care for them as a whole, as an individual. It's not just about my subject. We care about all parts of that student.
One of the benefits of our project-based learning program in the middle school is that students are able to take what they're learning and make something really creative and inventive and exciting, and they're also very invested in it because it's real to them.
The students really get involved and get to learn problem solving through a hands-on approach. Through our mod system, they can take an engineering class and see if it's for them, but then maybe realize that they want to do something a little more creative and then take some art classes and find out that architecture might be their thing.
This is education for the 21st century. Our program is designed to teach people to think outside the box.
This year we have students from 11 different countries, plus all of our American students. So we're an international campus. Students learn from each other. Local students learn from students who come to go to school here. In the classrooms, they really add to what is happening, and that benefits the local students.
A great education is more than just what happens inside the classroom. It's what happens when students learn about competition, about teamwork, about how to win and how to lose. It's about learning how to become who they need to become. I think what's most important about this is that you know that kid sitting in front of you, you see them as an individual, and you understand that you can have an impact on their life and inspire them to find out something about themselves that they didn't know existed, and that they can leave this school and they can go off and do some great things with their lives, whatever that may be. I feel like we're doing something pretty special and spectacular at this place. It's so inspiring, not only for myself, these students, but for everybody who works here, for everybody who comes here. To be part of St. Mary's is something that is truly extraordinary.